Welcome back to Industry Uncut.
Let's go.
Y'all, so last time we left off, we were talking about how some of us are going to pack our bags
Had enough
and
in New
move
York.
to another city to find true love. But I do want to say be careful, y'all, because changing your atmosphere and going to another city is not that easy, okay? So definitely weigh your options. Definitely make sure you're ready to do that. However, there are a lot of dating apps right now.
Yeah.
You can check out your potential before you even get there. You know, so some things to think about.
Can I also add
Yes.
briefly too? If we're changing our environments, be prepared to kind of be a little bit more open about changing yourself too.
Ooh.
Because just as your space that you left required something of you, a new location may bring more out of you as well.
Ooh.
So I don't think you can be the same person you were in Harlem in Nashville. It might not work.
Yo, why you gotta say that, Cortez?
I'm just saying, Houston to Denver is different. You know, Maine to California, you know?
He didn't mean that, Harlem. He didn't mean that, all right?
Notice I ain't mentioned the Bronx in either, so it's fine.
Don't mention the Bronx, okay? No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, just consider your finances, consider your career, consider, you know, all of those things. But I definitely don't think it's the worst idea on the planet.
No, not at all.
I think that everyone's person may not be in the same place. So I think definitely be open-minded, at least travel. To check out that city you're interested in first and see what the dating pool is like. I know some of my friends are on dating sites and dating apps and things like that. So just be careful with those sometimes, you know, because a lot of people don't present themselves as their true authentic selves to begin with. But definitely scope it out.
Let me add this, just not get too deep, but sometimes the greatest place to travel is to find your inner self. So learn you, travel, if for no other reason than to become more acquainted with the person you want to become. Then take that person and see if you can find love.
That was so introspective.
I try sometimes.
But I know some women are going to say, I already found myself, Cortez.
I didn't say y'all was stubborn.
I
She
need to
said y'all
find love.
stubborn. That wasn't me. That was, look,
No,
Don't
but that was great. That was great because we do need to love ourselves first.
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you for sharing that. So speaking of somebody who is not afraid to date.
maybe too publicly.
Too publicly. No, but in all positive note, let's talk
Yes.
about Cardi B
Love Cardi.
and her Old Navy deal.
Yo, can I just say, Cardi B, she has my respect so much for the
Yes.
way that she embraces any project she's
Yeah.
in. From her marketing for her albums.
Yes.
When I was doing some work with New Jersey Shade, shout out New Jersey Shade, she did an event right in Harlem to promote her new album, and it blocked off traffic. She's dancing on cars. She had everybody. I might not have. What's the statute of limitations on jumping on a cop car?
Right.
I don't know. But it was fun, and she had there's a new beverage out, and she's
Yes.
just hilarious.
Yes.
And every endorsement deal
Yes.
she gets, she brings a
Yes.
level of charisma that's unmatched.
Yeah, I love it. That's our Libra too. Like that's
She's
I love my
good.
Libras.
Little social
Yes.
butterfly.
I
Yeah.
love it. Like and I love that she is open to like so many different levels of brand partnerships.
Yes.
She's not just seeking out the most
major.
top level, and it's no shade to Old Navy. I love Old Navy. Like I love that she's like, Old Navy, what?
Yeah.
This is like my jam. I love Old Navy. I love that.
I can tell that she has like a personal experience that she didn't let go when she got the fame, right? Because there was
Yes.
times where that was all you know, you weren't always shopping with your Birkins and everything else. There was a
Exactly.
time where you were just at Old Navy, where
Exactly.
you was everywhere, just getting anything.
Yeah, I love this for her. I love that she's doing this. I am just loving everything that she does and the way that she just takes ownership of everything that goes on in her life, whether it's personal, whether it's business. She's just like, listen, I'm me, I'm who I am, this is what's happening, but I'm still gonna get up and I'm gonna take care and I'm gonna make sure I keep on working to take care of my kids, my family, all of that. Like, I love that. And because of that, they're talking now about how women are so multi-hyphenated.
Okay.
Period.
All right.
I love that.
You got it, ladies. Y'all out here making it happen.
It is the era of the multi-hyphenated entrepreneur, and not just women.
I was gonna say, I mean, like, we got a couple things on.
Yeah, not just women.
But I think you have to be that, right? We've been put in a place where it's gotta happen,
Yeah.
right? You can't just have one identity. You can't
Right.
just do one thing. You can, and some people are monumentally successful. But even like they say, the rappers are no longer rappers, they're content creators. Right? The filmmakers can't just be filmmakers, they gotta be actors, they gotta be cinematographers.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanna write a book, you also have to be a publisher.
Yeah.
If you wanna do any of these things, you have to be ready to jump in and wear a hat that you never thought you had to.
Right.
You know, Sue, I know you got a couple of hats that you wear.
I do, and I think that helps with growth. I think stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something different that you still like, right? Because we don't want to just do things just to do them. Things that we like, we're passionate about. I think it's great. I think it unlocks another level of yourself that you did not even know was in you.
So with that said, from my own personal experience, being able to do and jump into other things has gave me a new understanding of things I didn't see with what I used to do.
Right.
It gave me new perspective that way. And not for nothing, it allowed me to network. It's allowed me to, you know, again, become sharper in my own execution. Simply by being exposed to how other things are done elsewhere, right? Being a better, you know, in music has made me sharper with things like this, right? And of course, you know, meeting people like you has allowed for other things to grow as well. Yeah,
because I feel like we were taught to just stick to one thing, learn it, stay in your lane, master it, that's it, right? However, there have been greats in our lifetime that had ventured off and done other things. For example, Jay-Z.
Yes.
He turned into a whole music exec, right? Not a lot of us were thinking outside the box like that. You know what I mean? So I think we're living in that era now where you can become all of these things.
Look, you see people like, even if you wanted to stay strictly in the arts, right? A Tiana Taylor, who is like a dynamo, a creative dynamo, like who just broke in with, first off, taking amazing care of herself, but then showing her physicality through dance in a way that just was so striking that you couldn't help but notice her. From there, you see the personality. From the personality, you see the acting. And Lord knows where it's going to take her next.
But not only that, she was quitting on music. And when she had that thought, look what she did. She expanded, got into film, into directing, got into directing music videos, got into all of these different things that have opened up all these avenues for her.
And I think that's a commentary on if you're truly passionate about something, right? Just because it doesn't necessarily unfold the way that you thought it would, there's no reason for you to abandon it entirely. If you have a passion like music and maybe you didn't get that 7-figure deal that you thought you deserved, it doesn't mean that you should distance yourself from music as a whole. It may not be exactly what you wanted, but you may find joy and love and light in a way that you find it elsewhere in music still.
And in other things that could bring you back to music, right? There's so many avenues. Like, think about the Disney Channel. Think about the Disney kids. They started off as acting. A lot of them became singers. A lot of them created music for these shows and then became singers and then became famous. And then, you know, like, it's so many possibilities if we think outside the box.
Shout out to my guy, Leon Thomas, too. Because him being on, I remember the days of Victorious. And you could see that he was a star there, but then being able to, you know, change that and finally break out and then allow people to hear it in a place where they take him truly serious. And he's dominating charts now.
He is. Shout out to him. I love it. I love it. We're just living in an era now where your skills, your story, your audience, and expertise can become an entire business ecosystem.
Ooh, love that.
Boom.
I love that.
But I want to segue to, speaking of famous, I want to segue to...
your boy Young Thug.
Young Thug. So, Young Thug gets asked, and I believe this happened in LA, don't quote me if I'm wrong, gets asked to come to a school to speak to students. Part of his speech is, and I'm paraphrasing, do what it takes to be famous. Create that content to be famous, do this to be famous. So there's a lot of controversy now behind it because what people are saying is he is teaching the wrong narrative. It's not about being famous. It's about owning who you are, pursuing your purpose, becoming good at it, and if fame follows that, that is fine.
Okay. See, yes. I think that Thug gave a little bit of dangerous messaging there when it's taken out of context. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe that was just a soundbite. However, I think it's about impact, like you mentioned. Like being effective at what you do to the point where you're undeniable and people can't help but watch you. If that results in fame, like you mentioned, cool. But I'll say in an era where we glorify streamers,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, no shade to Kaya Sinat and what he's been able to do with streaming. You know, it's been very beneficial to a lot of ecosystems. There's a lot of people who've taken that and decided to just do anything for clicks, for likes, for views.
Right.
And that gets dangerous. You can't, you know, there was Boont Gang at one point running through stores, ransacking shops and causing damage. There were people who will harm themselves to try to get a couple views. There's people who are outside pulling pranks on people, all to get the shock value.
That is the issue.
Yeah.
Because did they reach Kai Cenat level? No. So even though we may talk about streaming and connect it to Kai Cenat because he is one of the best streamers, he still became so good at his craft. And I think that that's the thing. I sat down with Linda earlier and she said something about, I had to create systems to create credibility.
There we go.
And that is it.
That's it.
You have to get really, really good at your craft. And whatever comes from that, comes from that. But your messaging should not be do whatever it takes to be famous, aim to get famous. No, it's like do what you need to do, what your purpose is, get great at it, like I said before, and that will lead to the success that you want.
It's a dangerous game if you feel like doing anything for fame is what you need to do.
Right.
We got some horror stories and some things that, you know, people get put in some truly compromising positions for pursuits of the fame.
Yes.
And I think that you want to make sure that you really hit home that the people who are truly long-lasting in their legacy, but people who are able to create an impact.
Yeah.
They were able to show how they improved other people's lives or brought people together.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm not 1,000% mad at him. I just think that let's
you might have needed to
have your conversation with with your team. Sit down with them, talk to them.
Well, your coach
and
was.
you got that's it. Get coached a little better when you talk to the kids,
yeah.
especially because our youth right now is.
Oh man, they're in danger.
They are in danger.
I have some friends of mine who are in the school systems. They are teaching professionally.
Yeah.
And when I hear stories, not to disparage anybody's kids, but the reading level isn't where it should be.
Yeah.
It's almost devastatingly low.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, you have people who have forgotten basic skills.
Yes.
It's making it incredibly hard to have faith in the next generation who's even coming into the workforce.
Yes.
And that compounded with AI,
Yeah.
it may truly eliminate the entry-level job.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I also want to give a shout out to Fabio Foreign. So shout out to TT. He sat down with TT Torres a few months back on Tapping with TT, and he talked about how he's transforming his life.
Okay.
He's becoming healthier. He wants to be a better role model. And I just saw that he was in Times Square doing a gospel song.
Wow.
Yes. So
That's
shout
a
out to
transition.
him because I think that a lot of the youth also follows Fabio Foreign.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he was going down a really dark path. So I'm very happy that he's going down this path and he's showing it publicly and he's understanding that he is a role model.
Yeah.
Because when you enter these spaces as an entertainer, whether you like it or not, you become a role model.
Look, and that's at any level.
Yes,
like
any
I know
level.
There's certain
Yes.
certain people, even people at just starting out.
Yeah.
If you have anybody around you and you're showing your level of determination, persistence,
Yeah.
and show any bit of success around it, I promise you people are watching.
Yes.
And you owe it to them, you owe it to yourself. Maybe you
Yeah.
don't owe it to them, they might be hating. But you owe it to yourself
Yeah.
to do the best for yourself, for the people you do want to influence positively.
1,000%. So I love that. I love that. So I know there's a few other things we wanted to chat about.
Yes.
We got some time.
So
we got some time.
I have just something because we talk about dating a lot here. And there's one thing I wanted to, one conversation we had was about not juggling partners, but keeping your options open until somebody's serious about you. Now, there's something that usually goes around between, male and female friends, maybe, same-sex friends as well. But if you get to a certain age and you aren't married by that point, people might make promises to marry, right? And it could be something playful, it could be whatever.
I love this topic.
Yeah, so I have a video I want us to watch really quick. Sorry,
Okay.
It's gonna kill a little bit of time, but I just want us to.
That's okay. And we're going to play it down here, right here.
We'll make sure we play it right here.
Insane fucked up wedding I've ever been to this weekend, and I won't be surprised if you see it on YouTube. So I was invited to a wedding this weekend through a friend of a friend, kind of like an acquaintance. And I didn't go to the church, but I went to the reception. So it's at the point where the best man and the maid of honor are starting to do their speeches, and the best man is up. Now, he's talking about the groom and how he knows him for 19 years, and they played football together, and he's better than him in golf, and how he introduced him to Sharon, the bride's name was Sharon, and he knew they were going to be perfect for each other and all this shit. And then he gets to Sharon. And he begins to say, Sharon, you and I made a deal our first year out of college. We made a deal that by 31, if we weren't engaged, we were going to get married. He goes, and what happened, Sharon? You and Sean were dating for 5 years. Your 31st birthday came and went. Nothing. He said, you met me in Babylon that night. We had dinner, and you told me that you didn't want to be with a man that wasn't sure of you. He said, so what happened, Sharon? He goes, we hooked up, we left, and we spent every day that week together. He said, I spent an hour and a half at the vet with you. I went to your mom, helped her move out of her condo. He said, and we made plans that we were going to go and we were going to start our life. He said, a few weeks later, Sean proposed to you, and what did you do? He goes, what did you do, Sharon? And now she's beat right at this point. The groom's ready to fucking attack you. People are recording. People think it's a skit at this point. So
Seems
he goes,
unreal.
what did you do? He goes, you said yeah, and you told me to go fuck myself, right? He goes, so you guys are fucking perfect for each other now. We're nothing to do with this. And he dropped the mic. Now it's silent. Again,
He said it on the
people don't know
mic?
this
He
is
said it
a
on the
skit
mic. This
about
was
people
during his
recording.
best man speech.
The bride starts hysterical crying.
Oh
The groom now gets up,
my
and he goes,
God.
the best man.
Okay.
Why did anyone give this man the mic first
Right.
and foremost?
So let me give a quick breakdown real quick. So, guy's invited to a wedding. It's his best friend's wedding. He's the best man. He knows the wife. He introduced the both of them. Now he's giving his best man speech. He tells the normal stuff, but then he starts to go down a road of telling how he was such good friends with the wife who he introduced to her husband. They made a pact that if they hit 31 without anybody being proposed to or being married, they would marry each other. At the time, she wasn't that serious, or maybe she was serious with the boyfriend or whoever he was at the time, but they met up anyway. They hooked up. He basically assumed that he was in that place, in that role, but as soon as the other man who she was dating for a while swooped back in, he could propose. He said, you know what, I am serious. She made that move. I say this. I have no problem with the promises.
Yeah.
However, I think that it opens up the door to that idea of seriousness. How quickly can we move? Do we make moves about seriousness? Do you keep people waiting? How do you feel about it?
This is insane.
Yes.
So, first of all, he clearly was her guest and clearly has feelings for her.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, like, this man has feelings for this woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he used the wedding
to
express his heartbreak.
He got that off his chest.
In front of what?
In front of the world.
That is insane. So, I love a good deal. I love a good deal. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. If you know, you know. I've told some of my friends in the past certain things like, and I've heard my friends make some pacts with men. Like, if you have a friend you think is good for you, make a pact for the future. Mm-hmm. If you haven't had a child and you have a man in your life that hasn't had a child, he looks like he could be a great dad, you guys will get along, would be mutual parents, you don't have to be together, do it. However,
okay.
In the event, let's put the child to the side. In the event that you no longer want to honor this, you have that conversation, and the other person needs to be okay with it. Because you have to understand psychologically what you're telling the person is, if we don't find love and we find someone we want to marry, then maybe we should marry each other. You're not telling the person, I have feelings for you, and maybe they can develop more in the future, and we can be together.
I hear that. There is a big difference between, first off, you can't have contractually obligated emotions.
No!
That's crazy.
You got to put a contract in place, like Linda said. I keep quoting Linda. You got to put a contract in place.
No, that was wild. That was wild. All right, so okay, now I got to ask another question, right? Because that man obviously had feelings for the bride. He obviously did. For him, I think it was a bad look, first off.
Yes.
Not just for him blowing up his man's wedding, but keep in mind, that was his friend. He was friends with both of them. And he made it so that they were together. So at a certain point, I gotta say it's his fault.
1,000%.
I don't know about how you go about breaking off certain deals like that, because I can't say I've taken them ever like very serious.
Well, I think also, and don't forget your thought, I think also 31 is too young to make that pact. Also, let me say that.
Okay.
So much can happen after
Fair.
31.
After
You could
31.
meet the love of your life at 35.
Fair.
I feel like that's way too young to make that pact first and foremost. But finish your thought.
Yes. So it's really just about, if you have those emotions, or even if you don't, right? How do you gracefully bow out? Because to me, again, I never thought about it, because to me it's not that serious. It's kind of something people say in passing.
Right.
When you know, like, oh yeah, we've been friends for so long, people have rumors of us being together anyway.
Right.
Type of deal. Or we might have thought about it and it doesn't really, or if something kept y'all away from being or dabbling in that. I never thought about it to the point where people like that take it dead serious. But you do it. He said he moved her out of her condo and everything else, so he was making a play for it regardless.
Yeah, but you hooked them up.
All right, now this is a warning to the fellas here, because it also shows just you never know who's waiting in the wings to make a move on your shorty. Like I'm just saying, like he said, you know, the guy I introduced you to, who I am now the best man at this man's wedding.
He was the best man.
Yes, that's why he had the microphone, right?
What?
Yes. So at that point, the moment he heard that,
What a horrible best man.
that horrible best man. Yo, pick your circle better.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I did bring that up just because of the idea of like having options. And that seems like an option that maybe she didn't even take that serious until it was there, presented, and he didn't want to let go.
That whole situation is crazy. I don't condone violence, but the groom should have definitely knocked him out, because how dare you
Ruin my whole wedding.
and tell everyone you slept with my wife I just married.
The disrespect.
Ooh,
I cut the
was a
video
lot.
short, but I'm almost certain that it ended in violence.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. We're grown. We can have conversations. I think, but also, okay, because it may not be just one-sided.
No, I'm sure it wasn't.
I think she also may have crossed the lines and boundaries with him a lot.
I think that for him to have felt welcome enough to, and also that's, as if I'm putting myself in the groom's shoes.
Yeah.
You're pillow talking with my best friend.
Yeah.
Like, mind you, it's not that we broke up. You just don't think I'm serious. And now you're telling my best friend that we're not serious, and you're going to put yourself in a compromising position. It's bad on both sides. I do think that he was plotting longer, though.
Oh, he was definitely planning to do this.
Yes.
He definitely had 5 shots and was like, give me the mic.
That's another thing. He went through the entire wedding planning. That's a process. He was at the bachelor party.
He planned this.
That's crazy.
He planned this.
Yo,
he planned this.
Pick your circle wisely, please.
He needs therapy, y'all.
Yes. Now, we talk about politics too, and we can go from one divisive topic to another.
Yeah.
I personally think that we are so divided now as a nation that it's hard to really discuss many things and come to conclusions. Somebody said that nowadays, the moment you mention anything, and you seconded it on our previous show, you can't say one thing without people immediately jumping and expecting you to say another, or reading in what you didn't say. You have any thoughts on how we can try to get back to an understanding of, you know, a place where politics are actually serious? We like a reality show.
We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Politics hasn't been serious for a long time.
You may want to say almost, what is it, 12 years?
You're thinking about the same moment I am?
Might
That would be weird if you are.
I might be thinking about the same moment. It's crazy, right?
Telepathy right here.
Yeah.
We had somebody sitting on national television knowing something was happening and just looked up like, we have a long way to go. I don't even know how to answer this, to be honest. I think that we have a long ways to go in reparation. As much as we took so many steps forward, we have taken so many steps backwards.
Yeah.
Where we're trying to strip everything we fought for from people, like women's rights, voting rights, you know, just all these things. It's just a lot. It's just a lot going on right now. It's just a lot. But I would say this, though. I think we need to be a little careful with what we say on social media. And I don't know if I wanted to talk about this topic, but F it. Okay. So I'm sure you've heard of, like, Earn Your Leisure, right?
Yes.
EYL. So there was a lot of controversy there because prior to, like, a few days or a week prior to the event in Atlanta, their weekend conference, they went on the morning show with Charlamagne the God and V and them, and he said that he wasn't really getting a lot of support from the city of Atlanta, and they've been doing it for 6 years there. So he's like, we haven't gotten much support from the mayor, et cetera, et cetera. The mayor didn't like that. He took to social media to respond. So it was a lot of back and forth. I think they finally sat down and they thought they came to an understanding, but I guess there was still backlash going on. But because that whole conversation started, there was a lot of people on social media commenting on it and saying, you know, a lot of people were saying, like, well, we don't need you in Atlanta. We don't need this conference. We have other Black conferences going on out there, yada, yada, yada. There were a lot of people in support because they do pack out a house. Yeah. I went last year. It is an incredible 3-day event.
Yes.
I went all 3 days last year. It's incredible. I went to the pre-parties, the after parties, the gatherings, the dinners, the everything. So it is incredible. However, I think that all of this controversy got to one of the founding members, and he took to social media via one of his show platforms to go on and say, well, this wasn't always a Black thing.
Oh. That's a little bit, okay, I get that.
This wasn't always meant to be Black.
Yes. This was
meant to be white, Latino, etc.
Yeah.
And I was just like, clutch my pearls, because, don't quote me, guys, I believe, from being there myself, 85, if not 90% of the people there are Black.
Yes.
The vendor marketplace, predominantly Black. When they were teaching here in the Bronx,
Black, that's where you got your support.
Youth.
Right.
So most of the speakers, Black speakers, you know, so that was like a moment for me where I was clutching my pearls, because speaking to what you're saying about social media and how we're just, you know, speaking out and speaking out on culture and politics and things like that, that was a moment for me that I feel like shouldn't have happened. Now, it is not to invalidate, if that's invalidate what he's feeling about the backlash, but there should have been a little bit of thought behind that.
Nothing else, it did show that maybe we are in a place where even people don't hold themselves to a higher standard of communication.
Yes.
You know, I'll leave y'all with one quote. One of the biggest signs of intelligence is being able to entertain an idea without adopting it yourself.
Yeah.
I can hear how you feel. I don't have to necessarily agree with how you feel, but I can listen to how you feel.
Yeah. And on that note, it is a wrap with Industry Uncut. What?
Let's go.
A great episode. Thank you guys for supporting, liking, sharing, following, all that good stuff. We can't wait to drop it. We're going to share the clips with you all soon. I hope you're having a great summer 26. Woo!
Cheers.